Hey, my name's Anthony. I'm here with the Alumni Department. I've got Righteous with me. He's an alumnus from CFNI here. He's here serving at YFN. He had the chance to come back and lead worship. So we wanted to take some time and just get to hear from you. You know, you've transitioned from being a student. Now you're a part of our alumni community. You're coming back and you're serving back in YFN. So I guess what led you to come to CFNI to begin with?
Ooh, man. So I believe it's 2021.
Okay.
I just got saved. So prior to that, I was working as a life coach.
Okay.
And at that point, the Lord started stirring in my heart saying, I want you to start doing this for free.
Mm.
So I'd quit my job, quit everything else. And this was tough because I'm like, I'm making money. Nobody else I know is making $50 an hour doing anything else. So it was hard, but I had to be obedient. I met a guy at a kids event at my church back in Massachusetts. And we did some work together, breakthrough in his family. And he wanted to show his gratitude. Brought me to a Telios men's conference in Dallas, Texas. That's held by Larry Titus's Kingdom Global.
Yeah.
There I met a lot of people from CFNI. And it was Matthew P.F. He was like, yeah, man, CFNI is this place. I remember how he said it. And I bring it up to him every time. He's like, you just encountered the Holy Spirit here. And that was it. I knew I was supposed to come here. Yeah.
So you came. What was your mindset when you got here, and kind of what was the condition of your heart? Where was Righteous at when you got here?
Okay, that's good. That's a good question. When I got here, I had a heart to change the world, to develop leaders from the individual, the family unit, to the national level.
Sure.
That's all I wanted to do. So I'm like, I'm not coming here for pastoral training. I'm coming here for the Lord to, fill me with his word. I want to only speak his precepts and principles. And I came here to do all that, and things changed quickly, but that was where I was at when I came here.
So CFNI a lot of times can act like a mirror. It gives you the chance to really reflect on yourself and show you parts about yourself and your character that maybe you didn't have the opportunity to see before. Is that something that you experienced coming to CFNI, where you encountered your character in a way that you realized, Lord, this is something you need to take from me?
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
Okay.
1,000,000%.
Is there anything in specific that you can recall that you'd be willing to share about?
Oh yes,
Okay.
I remember this moment because we pray, God change me, and He allows you to go through these moments.
Sure.
So the Lord showed me that I had an issue with authority.
Okay.
I always felt like I was a good kid, but
Sure.
He's like, no man, we're gonna deal with this, and it's in the silliest way possible. In the cafeteria they have a rule that you can't package your food to go and sit in there.
Gotcha.
If you get it to go, you have to go.
Okay.
So they were in transition with the rules. One day somebody would tell me one thing, and then the next day they'd tell me another thing. And the lady came up as I was sitting down with my to-go box talking with some friends. And I was so angry. I was so upset. And I'll never forget one of the students there. He's like, Righteous, we're just here for Jesus. Remember that? And I'm like, the rules. They keep changing the rules.
Oh man.
And I had a talk with my dean Elijah. I was like, yeah, man, I did not know that was in there.
Yeah.
I thought I'm submitted.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the Lord gave me the opportunity to pray about it and to talk about it. And
What I think is really interesting, I think God sometimes shows us the level of our submission. Like, it's not necessarily that you weren't submitted before, but you were submitted based off of your previous understanding. And so I think a lot of what he does is like gives us an increase in understanding. And then there's the recognition of, okay, there's a higher call now.
Yeah.
There's a higher expectation.
Yeah.
And it's something that I've seen be the result of a lot of the mentorship and discipleship relationships that come out of CFNI. Was there anyone that was here in the faculty staff that was ministering to you actively in a way that really helped develop your character while you were here?
I would say the person I often went to was Dean Elijah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Solid choice.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong there.
He's just the man, And there was a way he would speak to me where he broke down the Christianese and he put it in simple terms.
I love that.
I would be so conflicted about this and that, and I don't know what to do. And he would simply go, do you want to do it? I'm like, wait.
That's good.
I didn't think about that. So he helped me learn how to remove the noise in walking with the Lord. It's like, just simplify what it is that you're doing right now. And the other thing that I loved, what every time, what is the Lord telling you? He was taking away being the oracle. He's like, listen, I'm not the oracle. You're here to develop with Christ. What is he telling you? Translation, are you spending time with God?
Are you listening?
Did you ask him? And
I love that.
It's wonderful. That made me grow.
I think part of what that is like putting awareness of where the spiritual responsibility is. Like you are responsible for your spiritual well-being. Like you can get the experience out of this that you want to get out of it. What are you willing to put into it? And I love how Elijah does it in such a loving and compassionate way. It's like you never feel like he's being critical or trying to come down hard on you. Like you see his heart, and his heart is, I love you and I want what's best for you, and I want to help partner with that and develop that and pull that out. I love that about him, and I love hearing that he was someone that ministered to you in such a cool way. So we talked about some of the challenges and some of the difficulties and some of those things. What was the most fun you had at CFNI? Like, what was the thing that you did that's like, man, that was the moment?
Oh man, it's gonna be tough.
You got a couple good ones.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
So, Imago Day.
Okay.
The Imago Day Showcase Gathering. A lot of people don't know what it is, but so I think it was Carla Estrada and Joshua Hyatt. They started this arts event where they gathered in a room, put some pieces up, and they had somebody singing, just for the atmosphere. And I'm sitting there, it's like 8 p.m. and the Lord's like, I want you to grow this.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, this is cool. So I wanted to start my own thing. And I put the whole proposal together. I sought the Lord out, and I went to speak to somebody who I thought I went to recruit, and I'm like, this would be a great opportunity to help people who are not in CFNI coming to CFNI. And they were like, wow, that's great, but I'm not interested. But you know who'd be interested? Dean Elijah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I go to Dean Elijah.
Shout out.
Yo, he's the man. Listen, greatest man.
There you go.
But Dean Elijah's like, that sounds cool. I'm on board. Why don't you reach out to Carla and Joshua and you guys collaborate? We spent months building it from the bottom up. I spent months just reaching out to people, recruiting, making friends, knocking on doors. And the day we had the first Imago Day, it was so beautiful to see all that hard work, the anxiety, the stress, the sleepless nights, to just see what wasn't become. And it was so beautiful helping people develop. Because I have a heart for leadership too. So helping people develop into leaders. There are people I'm like, you're good at this. And they didn't know. So that was a big part, watching people grow, get some experience under their belt. And I think we did it 3 times. Okay. And it's now become a student ministry here.
That's so cool.
Still operating without me. So I'm like, wow. It was such a good time.
Do you remember, I went to the last one briefly. And I just remember walking in, and I walked through the art exhibit, and the live performances were happening, and it was packed. There were so many people in there. It was so cool to see the body coming together around something that wasn't just conventional ministry. It's like, it's not a worship leaders conference, it's not a pastoral conference, it's not, a missionary retreat. Like, those things are amazing to have their place, but to have a space where it was bringing the creatives in the body. It's like, you have been gifted and talented in creating art. Like, creation is a gift, and it's one of the traits that we inherited as the nature of God. Like, we are creators, and it was so cool seeing that you guys had a space that was giving voice to that and giving a community space to that. It was such an incredible thing to see, and I hope to see it continue for a long time.
Me too.
I love that it's addressing the body that's in the creative. That's not in the performance arts necessarily, not in like the live entertainment art. But there are some really gifted people that can minister through their talents in painting on a canvas or digital art. I loved seeing some of the art pieces that were digital creations. Like, it was so clearly a digital art piece. And I love that. It's embracing. You had Miss Shirley, who's up there putting her pieces that she painted, and then you've got new students, 18-year-olds putting up their graphic art. It was such a cool marriage. It's like, it didn't matter like age, race, none of the other demographics mattered. It's like, we can commune around something that's beautiful
Yeah.
and use this as worship to the Lord also.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Yeah.
So thanks for making that happen. That
Hey,
was a really
listen,
cool project.
I was just part of it. You know, Carl and Joshua, they started
Of
it.
course.
So I was blessed to be able to collaborate with them.
That's so cool.
No.
So you're here with YFN. So
Yeah.
you came and you led worship at YFN.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the difference. You know, we were talking briefly beforehand about how much work you're seeing goes into it, and a little bit more of the behind the scenes and how much more impressive it is now that you see that side.
Man, being a student here, you know, YFN is a student ministry. It's this youth camp they do in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they do all the preparation for their student ministry.
Mm-hmm.
They wake up 6 a.m. Everybody's ecstatic, and then you see that they're a tight-knit group.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's from the outside in.
Yeah.
But then being on campus, being invited to be part of that, getting to watch how everything happens, I'm like, this is a lot of work.
Yeah.
This is a lot of commitment. You begin to ask yourself, what would cause, as we were speaking, a young person, like you said, to commit their summer to serve, to prepare for hours. Because if you follow on social media, you get to see all the highlights, but people don't see the work it takes to make all of that happen.
So much work.
You know, people do ministry and they get tired, but these guys do it. They have to do it every day, every weekend. They come back, watching the amount of hours they put into just making the merch alone. The hospitality team reaching out to me, they have a flow chart of leadership.
That's so good.
And everything is broken down. This is not a Christian way to say it, but it's a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of time, a lot of planning, a lot of praying, a lot of being teachable by the people who are serving.
Absolutely.
And it made me appreciate it. I'm like, wow, this truly matters. They see the fruits that it's going to produce. And as I said to you earlier, after getting to lead worship, I'm like, this is awesome. This is amazing. Everybody's collaborating. But the part that really hit me was when they did an altar call and they said, if you have anything to confess or you have any vapes, anything that you want to give up right now, run to your leader, go tell them. And you see little kids running. Like, it's the word hit them so hard. They're like, I need to release this.
Wow.
And so it makes you appreciate all that work. I'm like, this is why they do it. The freedom, you know, the being marked to know that my life belongs to God. I can have fun with the Lord as a young person. This is why all these people who come here and participate with YFN do it. It touched me. I almost wept. I'm like,
you know, I think one of the most impressive things that I see from YFN is the young people's willingness in doing hard things.
Yeah.
And being committed to the why.
Yeah.
Like they're doing the hard thing because they're believing that God's going to touch lives and transform hearts and bring deliverance and healing and transformation for a generation that needs it.
Yeah.
And I just think of their steadfast commitment to the why. Like we focus a lot on the work. And I think in ministry, a temptation is to focus on doing the work instead of remembering that work and that preparation, all those things that you were talking about that you saw, that's not the work. Like the work is when we actually get to minister and speak life over somebody and they get to experience a revelation that transforms the way that they live their life for the rest of their life. Yeah. And that moment that you're speaking about, like those are those moments that are happening. Yeah. And I think what is impressive to me is like those moments, that's what they're doing that work for. Yeah. That's why they're there. It's so that one child can experience healing and deliverance. Yeah. And walk in complete wholeness. And, you know, I love also how personally challenged I can be by watching them. I believe that we should learn from anybody and everybody, regardless of their age or station. And I learn from my kids. You know, we talked about that. I love learning from my kids. They teach me a lot. Yeah. And I love learning from the YFNers. Yeah. You know, having the willpower to excite yourself and energize yourself to go do something really hard. Yeah. That, you know, if I look at this from a fleshly perspective, it's going to suck. Oh, yeah. But when I think about it from the results of the why, like, why am I going and doing that? That's been a huge example to me. Yeah. To not get caught up and lost in, like, the tasks, the things. Yeah. And to remember, like, that's not the why. That's the how.
That's
The
good.
why is seeing lives change.
Yeah.
And you got to see that. You
Yeah.
got to experience that firsthand. It's so cool.
Yeah.
So talk to me about where you're at today.
Mm.
Talk to me a little bit about the transition, stepping away from being a student, going back into the world, you know, in the real world.
Yeah.
What was the transition like?
It was hard.
Okay.
It was really hard. You know, you don't realize what a special time you have being at CFNI, just being able to focus on the Lord and be around believers all the time.
Yeah.
You can take it for granted and you can miss it.
Yes.
It was hard, you know. I really felt like the Lord then called me out. You know, I planned to do 3 years here, but I was certain that he called me out to step out, say it's time to go do this stuff.
Mm.
So I went back home to Massachusetts, and I believe I was leaning on my own understanding as to where he wanted me to be.
Understood.
So I go back home, and it was really tough,
Mm.
and I had no peace. You know, it was difficult. I went through a lot of anxiety, you know, a stint of depression, and that's not something I deal with.
Gotcha.
And I really got to meet the Lord, you know, where I had no choice but to lean on the Word. I had no choice but to just soak in worship when I didn't know what else to do. And in those moments, you're like, that's why we went there.
Yes.
Everything, every morning, they're pumping it into you.
Every single day in worship.
You know, there were moments I couldn't speak. I didn't even want to play worship, but all those years of being here, it's like just pouring out. And then you're like, no, this is how we fight these battles. You know, so I think, you know, when I stepped out, I think for other people too, they may have experienced this, but when you step out, the Lord, well, the enemy sees it's like, you're not in that environment. We're going to test this thing you have done. So there were so many opportunities to fall off, to be angry at God, to walk away. But I learned how to fight here. I learned how to do battle. I learned how to lean on the Lord. So, you know, he carried me through. And the Lord sent me back here to Texas. It's like, listen, the work is not done. You know, you left. You've seen what it is. This is how it is. But the reason why this is happening is because you're leaning on your own understanding as to what you think I want you to do. I have my own plans. So I came back here not knowing what to do. I'm like, okay, we're here, God. Got a job selling cars. And as I mentioned earlier, I love sales. I love talking with people.
Gotcha.
It was the easiest job ever.
Really?
It felt like drinking water.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
But there was something missing. You know, I'm like, there's no way that I've committed these last couple years to being filled with the Word, to being prepared to create leaders, help people see themselves how God sees them, to just sit here selling cars. You know, so I eventually quit the job. My church gave me the opportunity to lead worship and minister.
Wow.
And it was on a Saturday. And if you know anything about the car business, that's the day you make money. We're open from 8 to 9. And so in that moment, when I had to wrestle with come to work or go prepare this sermon and this song, the next week after being able to do it, I quit the job. I didn't even think about it because you start feeling things stir up. I'm like, okay, you know, I want to be able to be available, to be used, to be in this place. And this is funny because, you know, like I told you when I first came to CFNI, it's not to be a pastor, it's not to do ministry, it's to be filled so I can do my own thing. But yet it was a call for ministry that's making me quit a lucrative opportunity. So it was really tough, but, you know, going through with the Lord and just watching what he's doing, it's encouraged me. And
well, I have to say, I want to commend you first off in recognizing how quickly you recognized that you were leaning on your own understanding and being willing to pivot and say, all right, Lord, whatever you want to do. How long do you think, what kind of time frame do you think that was? Was it a year, 10 months?
I want to say 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, in my experience for myself personally, it's gone decades in some cases. So for the fact that the Lord put something in front of you, you identified and understood what he was saying. You made the correction and you accepted the new direction. I want to commend you on that. That's not easy to do, especially when you just left Texas. Like, I'm going to the next thing and it's out of here. And that's an awesome thing. Like, God's calling you wherever he's calling you. But for you to be able to recognize, like, no, wait, this was my judgment call. Like, I did this one and I know that wasn't right. And to redirect, that takes a lot of humility. And a clear understanding of not just your identity as a son, but his identity as a father. your ability to trust that he's a good dad.
Yeah.
He's got something good for you.
Yeah.
He's taking care of you.
Yeah.
And even if it's not selling cars or making the money that you think about,
Mm-hmm.
you know, he has something that's fulfilling.
Yeah.
And he's going to supply all of your needs.
Yeah.
So I wanted to commend and encourage you just on being teachable and humble by the Holy Spirit, and for going back to the fundamentals.
Yeah.
You know, prayer, worship, the word.
Yeah.
Like those things are critical, and there's a reason we start worship every day.
Yeah.
You know, I love hearing you share that, because I think about after I left in the most spiritually intensive times of my life. Like those were moments where I'm praying in the Spirit. I'm praying passionately. I'm praying my passionate prayer daily. And I'm spending time just with worship, just with the word and in worship. Just Holy Spirit, speak to me.
Yeah.
Show me, minister to me. Tell me what you want to tell me today.
Yeah.
He has things he wants to share with us. He has
Yeah.
things he wants to tell us. So you are back in Texas. The Lord kind of did a little redirect for you.
Mm-hmm.
From where you're at right now, looking forward, what do you see? What do you see the Lord calling you to? What do you believe? Like, this is my why. This is my purpose. What do you think that is?
Man. Great, awesome, wonderful question.
I put you on the spot. I love it. I love it. Hey, if you don't know, like, that's a beautiful thing too. Being in a place of dependence on the Lord.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there's such an opportunity here for you to have rest and peace and joy in such an extreme way. Just being completely dependent, like, Lord, wherever you want.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. And I think there's a beautiful freedom in that.
Yeah.
And it seems like you're in that place, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Is that where you're at right now?
To a degree, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, like I said, when I came in here,
Yeah.
I was doing the life coach,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
want to
yeah.
train leaders. And then I left here. I'm like, I don't know what I want to do, because the Lord starts to wreck you and show you like it's good, but there's more.
There's more.
You know, so ministry opportunities have been opening up for me, and I believe that's what he wants me to do.
Okay.
You know, so my church is going through a transition where they would like to develop the young adults ministry, because it's a
Gotcha.
predominantly older church.
Okay.
And now that I've graduated, I see them leaning on me
Yeah.
to leaning on the leadership.
Sure.
And in my mind, I'm like, oh wow, you know, maybe all this leadership
Like,
stuff.
oh, there's a need.
maybe-
There's a solution. There's a need. Okay.
You know,
That's
and
cool.
there's a bridge, there's a gap right now between the older generation and the youth
Okay.
at the church. And you know, oftentimes I hear the Lord remind me, it's like, listen, you're a bridge.
Yeah.
You know, like you could be here now. You know, it's not the glamorous thing you envision yourself, but why not here?
Preach it.
You know,
Preach it.
so that's
I
what I
love
see.
that. I love that you're sharing that. The generational connection. And this is one of the reasons I love YFN. For the leadership sessions also, like, you see 65-year-old men in there who are getting trained on how to be more effective leaders to youth. And then you see these 14, 15-year-old kids who are coming and, you know, dealing with addictions and abusive homes and finding deliverance, and then being the bridge between that.
Yeah.
Like, being able to provide connection, like meaningful connection, for not just the younger people, but also the older people, the older generations in our church. For lack of vision, the people perish. And having an opportunity to give the elders in our faith the chance to connect with their younger people in a way that it's mutually beneficial.
Yeah.
I think that's some of our call as the church. I think it sounds like some of what your call is also, of just providing some connection, providing stability in between those generations in your local church.
Yeah.
So I love to hear about what you're doing in the local church and what you're moving towards and what you think the Lord's calling you to. I don't think it's any accident that the Lord called you here and these ministry opportunities are lining up.
I mean,
I do want to encourage you with a thought, and you touched on this already. You said it's more than. Like, it's not either or, it's both and. Like, ministry isn't just, I'm working for a church, and if I'm working for a business, I'm not in ministry. Like, your life is ministry.
Yes.
You are a minister, and God sends you wherever he sends you with the influence he's given you to be able to minister in those situations. So I want to give you an encouragement as the Lord's continuing to speak to you and showing you the next level and showing you what it means to be more, to give more, to serve greater. To just recognize that You need to remain in dependence on the Holy Spirit and interdependent on the body.
Mm.
You need the body of Christ to do what it is that God's called you to do. I love seeing that with YFN. There's such an example of what it means to just come together and serve and support the same vision and make that thing the priority. So I would just want to encourage you, keep the body around you. You know, you made friends here. Some of those friends can continue to minister and speak to you. Like Dean Elijah, shout out Elijah. You know, he can continue to inspire you or give direction in some ways. Like those people that invested in you, they care about your success and well-being. We care about your success and well-being. Not just that you accomplish whatever in your career. We ultimately want to see God accomplish his purpose in your life, and we want to see that come to fruit. So we're here to act as a support and service for you and for our alumni who are coming back, not just to serve, but to lead groups into YFN. If you're bringing students to YFN and you need refreshing, come back. Come connect with us. Give us the chance to pray over you, lay hands on you, and intercede on your behalf. We're here to love and support you. Righteous brother, thank you for taking the time to talk today. Thank you for sharing your story and giving us the chance to show a little bit of what God's doing in your life.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We love you all. Bless you.